New this morning, Des Moines fire crews very busy overnight. A gas leak forces an evacuation at a downtown hotel. A couple hours later, a fire investigation at a local church. Also,
I'm Danielle Nottingham in Roseburg, Oregon. Coming up, a mass shooting on a college campus leaves several people dead and authorities searching for answers.
The most watched morning news in central Iowa. This is Iowa's news leader. This is KCCI 8 News This Morning.
Also this half hour, take a look at these roads just completely washed out in South Carolina. Storms are causing some major flooding issues there. And now that Hurricane Joaquin is approaching, we'll take a look at the very real concern building up all up and down the East Coast. Good morning and welcome back, everyone. I'm Shana Humphreys.
And I'm Elizabeth Kling. Jason is here as well. Probably a lot of people anxious to get in some of those fall traditions this weekend. Maybe a trip to the apple orchard or the pumpkin patch. And sounds like they'll have the traditional weather to go along with it. Huh?
They definitely will. That cool, crisp weather.
Yeah.
So get out and enjoy it. We've got sunshine to go along with it. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. If you're kicking off your morning commute too, it's going to be a little cool. 42 degrees is what we are sitting at. It definitely feels like fall, and if you ask me, it smells a little bit like it too. 34 Webster City, as well as Waterloo, Storm Lake for your feels like temperatures, and upper 30s, pretty much mid to upper 30s across the board here. As we head throughout the day, we will be topping out in the low to mid 60s at 4 p.m., but otherwise we spend most of the day in the mid to upper 50s, and we're going to be seeing winds gusting up to 10 to 20 miles an hour at times, so still going to feel a little bit cooler throughout your day. But perfect weather for football out there. Take a quick look at your weekend here. Much nicer. Mid-60s with plenty of sunshine.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jason. New this morning, hundreds of guests were forced out of their hotel rooms late last night. Everyone had to evacuate the Marriott downtown at 7th and Grand about 11:20 when several guests and staff smelled what seemed like natural gas. At least 400 people went outside into the streets, the Skywalk, and the nearby Ruan building while fire and hazmat crews investigated.
We were going to bed and the alarms went off and the voices came over the loudspeaker to evacuate immediately. And they said don't go down the elevators. We had to go down the stairs.
Well, fire officials say they believe that the gas smell came from outside of the building and just got into the hotel's air intake. Guests were able to go back into their rooms around 12:40, about an hour after they were evacuated. And just a couple of hours later, though, fire crews were again called out, this time to Plymouth Congregational Church at 42nd and Ingersoll. They found heavy smoke in a hallway and gym on the lower level. A fire official told us on the scene that it was from a pump motor in a storage closet. They cut power to the building, cleared out the smoke, and no one was injured.
More big stories now. This morning, employees at the Polk County Attorney's Office downtown will be heading back to work in a different area of the building. Employees rushed out on Thursday after a pipe burst, flooding the third floor and sparking some fears that the ceiling would collapse. Officials say a construction crew hit a sprinkler head, causing the pipe to burst. And the countdown is on for the implosion of the downtown Riverfront YMCA. It is set for daybreak on Sunday. Officials say it will only take 10 seconds to collapse. People who want to watch the demolition are asked to stay home and view it live on TV. And you can do that right here on KCCI during our Sunday morning news. The entire area will be blocked off, including City Hall and the World Food Prize building. Any residents in apartment complexes nearby are asked to stay inside and stay away from their windows.
People in Oregon and around the country are trying to come to grips with yet another mass shooting on U.S. soil. Daniel Nottingham has the latest from Roseburg, Oregon, where investigators are trying to figure out what led a young man to open fire on the campus of a community college there.
Hundreds of mourners filled Roseburg Stewart Park well past midnight, holding candles and saying prayers for the victims of Thursday's mass shooting at Umpqua Community College.
We need love and compassion and healing.
This is for an active shooter at UCC.
Several people were killed, others wounded, when a gunman identified by authorities as 26-year-old Chris Harper Mercer opened fire in a classroom. Sources tell CBS News the suspect, who died in a gun battle with police, had 4 guns, including a rifle and body armor. Authorities have searched Mercer's apartment complex, as well as the college campus and parking lot, as they try to determine a motive. They're calling on the media not to use the suspect's name, but focus on those who lost their lives instead.
Well, students who survived the shooting say the suspect seemed to single out Christians, asking what their religion was before he fired. The school will be closed until at least Monday. And right now, college campuses across Iowa are taking another look at their security. KCCI spoke to DMAC, who says that it is prepared for an active shooter on its campus. The security team on campus always has 2 unarmed guards on duty during the day, and they also teach faculty and students the acronym ALICE: Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate.
New overnight, the Taliban is claiming responsibility for shooting down a U.S. military plane in Afghanistan, but the Pentagon says there's no indication hostile fire was involved. 11 people were killed. They were 6 American service members and 5 civilians. They were on board a transport plane like this one, and it happened at the air base in Halabad. The military has not released the names of those killed yet. And right now, Hurricane Joaquin is just battering the Bahamas. The powerful and dangerous Category 4 storm is creeping along and dumping torrential rain on the islands. There are no immediate reports of casualties, but forecasters warn it could grow even stronger before carving a path that would take it near the U.S. East Coast this weekend. And another storm is creating flash flooding in some areas along the coast right now. A woman drowned in her car in South Carolina, and another was killed in North Carolina while in a car hit by a falling tree. Roads are washed out, so if Joaquin does hit there, it will be 2 major weather systems all at once. Jason, at 5:38, things are looking pretty good over here. Just a little bit chilly this morning.
That's about what we're going to be sitting at for a while here. Chilly temperatures, a lot of those feels like temperatures dropping into the low to mid 30s, and we're seeing our actual air temperatures follow suit. 37 for Webster City, 39 in Waterloo. Low to mid 40s for air temperatures from Des Moines all the way to Ottumwa. So we'll be topping out decently today. 63 degrees. That is 6 degrees below our average high. So a below average day, but we get sunshine to go along with that. It'll be a beautiful day to head out and about as we see sunshine nearly across the entire state. Could work a few clouds in from the west, but other than that, a perfect day for a little bit of football. And as we head through the weekend, we get about the same. A pair of 65s Saturday and Sunday before we ride the upswing up to 69 on Monday and topping out at 74 on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Jason. Looking ahead in the KCCI Day Planner now, in Commitment 2016 news, Dr. Ben Carson is set to speak at the Des Moines Rotary Club this morning. A breakfast meeting is being held from 7 to 8. Also today, the newest Des Moines police recruits will graduate. A ceremony is being held around 11 o'clock this morning at 1011 Locust. And you can't forget it's Football Friday night. The game of the week is Pleasantville at Earlham.
Also today, an elaborate collection of all things caucus opens up to the public at the State Historical Museum. The new Iowa Caucus exhibit features the largest collection of Iowa Caucus memorabilia like buttons, posters, pictures, and just all sorts of campaign stuff. It also has hands-on trivia and helps voters gain a better understanding of the caucus process. It runs through the end of March. And don't forget to pick up your packet and t-shirt today for Race for the Cure. Anyone participating can head on over to Merleheim Mall from 10 a.m. to 7 o'clock tonight. And if you haven't signed up yet, you can still register for the race and receive your packet right then and there. The pickup is in front of Sears and Staples at Merleheim Mall. KCCI is a proud sponsor of the 5K race, and it is tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning at the state capitol.
A full roll. That's what an Iowa school bus did Thursday. We'll tell you what caused it, how many were injured, and how they're doing this morning.
Plus, officer-involved shooting, why a state trooper fired his gun during a police pursuit.
And snapping selfies. This picture going viral this morning of some girls at a baseball game. Hear the colorful commentary from the game announcers about it. That's ahead here on KCCI.
This is Iowa's news leader. This is KCCI 8 News This Morning. With Eric Hansen, Elizabeth Kling, meteorologist Curtis Gertz, and Right Now coverage with Shayna Humphreys.
Welcome back, everybody. A great picture from you local up by Estherville. A beautiful picture there. This will be a common sight this weekend, too. Combines headed out into the fields, getting started on that fall harvest. And Jason, it sounds like they should have some pretty good weather, nice and dry.
It's going to be perfect. I mean, we've got dry conditions. I don't know if the cool temperatures help, but we're going to be riding that too. Mid-40s right now is what we're seeing out there. Again, a light breeze helping to make it feel a little bit cooler, but perfect weather for harvesting, perfect weather for football as well. Take a look at the Hawkeye game for tomorrow. 11 a.m. is the kickoff there. Tailgating will be a tidbit chilly. Bring your hand warmers. We got an east breeze at 10 to 20 miles an hour too. So a definite brisk look to that game. We hop out to Ames and take a look and see what they're dealing with, and you'll see more of the same as your temperatures start off in the low 40s. We climb it up to 60 degrees as we head in towards the fourth quarter of that game. So a cool look for them, cool look all throughout Iowa for the most part for today as we start off upper 30s to low 40s. We're into the mid 50s by noon with sunshine. We'll have a closer look at your weekend forecast and your 8-day forecast coming up here shortly.
All right, thanks, Jason. Around Iowa this morning, some scary pictures from Manchester over in eastern Iowa. A school bus rolled over with more than 30 kids on board there. The Iowa State Patrol says an SUV did not yield and hit the bus. The bus then did a full roll. This happened around 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon. It was mostly elementary and middle school kids on the bus. Everyone on the bus was taken to the hospital, and fortunately no one was admitted for serious injuries, but very scary.
And now to Riverside in the Cedar Rapids area. 3 people are behind bars this morning after leading police on a chase, and one officer fired his weapon. It started when a state trooper tried to stop a car that was possibly involved in some retail thefts, but the driver kept going with police in pursuit. The driver eventually pulled into a come and go and hit a sheriff's squad car. That's when the state trooper fired a shot, but no one was hurt. All 3 of those suspects were arrested.
We heard all the squad cars and stuff coming in. We went over our door and looked, and we got up here, and they looked like 4 women, and they were out chasing them with their guns drawn and kind of chasing them all around until they finally got them cornered and down.
The Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation is investigating the shooting.
And we've learned the state health department has reported 50 cases of mumps so far in Iowa this year, 30 of them at the University of Iowa. Students are required to have at least 2 MMR vaccines to prevent mumps, and doctors say most of the cases involve students who did meet the vaccination requirements. However, the MMR vaccine is only 90% effective, and the viral illness can spread quickly in close quarters such as dorm rooms.
Well, in the Morning Buzz today, you are a lifelong Iowan,
yes,
so
I
we'll
am.
have to get your opinion to see if this is true. There's this list. It's on KCCI.com. 21 signs you are a true Iowan.
Oh, okay.
Here are just some of them. Getting stuck behind a tractor on the highway is a legitimate excuse for being late.
That's true, yes,
All
definitely.
right. Winter coat one day, shorts the next.
Oh, yes, you know that one.
We can all attest to that. Scotcheroos, tenderloins, made-right sandwiches, and bacon anything are food favorite.
I'm surprised sweet corn isn't on that list, too.
Yeah, really.
You know?
I have to say, I never heard of a made-right before I moved here.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah.
And you have met at least one presidential candidate.
Oh,
I think we're cheating a little bit working in the news, but it makes sense. And finally, someone in your family washes their clothes.
Yes, I will not name them.
You know, I have family members that say that too, but they're just from the South. It's just like a rural thing, I think.
It's a southern Iowa thing too.
Washing them. And finally, measuring distance in time rather than miles is acceptable. Like, be there in 15 minutes. Who doesn't do that, though?
I know, that's the thing. I don't think that's a unique Iowa thing. I think that's just normal.
Yeah, that is normal. We're normal.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now to something that you may have seen on Facebook. A group of sorority girls were at a baseball game Wednesday night, but they weren't really watching the game. No. Take a look.
Oh, check it. Did that come out okay?
That's the best one of the 300 pictures I've taken of myself today.
Every girl in the picture is locked into her phone.
Oh, Lord.
Every single one is dialed in. Welcome to parenting in 2015. They're all just completely transfixed by the technology.
She's
yeah,
just keeping the duck face strong.
Oh, yeah. The girls were just really more interested in getting that perfect selfie, obviously, than the game itself. Some interesting color commentary there from the announcers.
The one girl, lower left corner, she was the only one
committed
paying
to the
attention.
Game,
Yeah, she was being present.
She's the loner.
Good for her. Well, hey, if you're a little slow moving this morning, we have some things that could help you out. We spotted this list of 5 tricks to make your mornings better.
Yeah, first, listen to your favorite upbeat song. Got some tunes playing here. Happy by Pharrell Williams was rated pretty high on one online poll. They get you up and get going.
Number 2 is a power pose. This is a real thing, a good stretch. Look at that's feeling powerful right there. This is true. There are studies that show this. Power posing makes you feel victorious before the day even gets started.
Don't we
make you more successful?
Don't we seem more victorious?
Yeah, I think we look very victorious.
Yeah. Number 3, jumping jacks. That always helps.
Yeah.
And 4, laugh. Look at something funny. Maybe it's just something online, whatever you like. Anything to put you in a good mood. And 5, drink a glass of water. It refuels you right away to help you start the day.
You know, when you're up this early, just
whatever
anything that works.
Power poses, you name it.
Yeah, pose, drink some water, crack up, I don't know. Just try anything. We hope you have a great day. And here's another reason to make it a good morning. It is Friday. Love that. No traffic problems yet. Friday morning traffic just starting to pick up, but those roads should be pretty open for a while to come. Hope you have a great morning. Hope the song gets you in the mood to have a great morning. And stick with us. We will be right
back. Weather is never more than 5 minutes away. Only on KCCI 8 News this morning.
Well, happy Friday to you. Can't believe it's finally here. Your time now 5:51, and we got a great day ahead of us. 45 is what we're sitting at right now. And it's feeling a bit chilly out there, but we're doing okay across the board here. A lot of us in the upper 30s, 37 for Webster City, 39 Waterloo, Audubon, and Carroll at 39 as well. So putting together a chilly morning, not quite record-breaking as that's down in the upper 20s. That's set back 41 years ago. So thankfully, not even close to that as we ride through an otherwise chilly morning. 45 is what we're sitting at the moment. We bottom out at 42 this morning, but we'll kick it all the way up to 63 as we head through 4 p.m. and we have nearly complete sunshine the entire day. So if you're headed out and about, headed to football tonight, it will be a cool one out there, but thankfully not as cool as our neighbors off to the northeast, as they have got freeze warnings and frost advisories for the 2nd day in a row. This area high pressure definitely bringing fall to us, but it's also bringing us that sunshine and keeping the clouds and any chances at rain at bay for us here. So plan on sunshine as we head not only through the day today, but that's going to stick with us tomorrow and throughout the weekend as well, as we put together just a brilliantly sunny stretch and really beautiful too. Low 60s today, 63 in the metro. We keep that sun shining. A little bit of a breeze, 10 to 20 miles an hour, but you can see that sun's going to stick with the whole state. Tonight though, another cold one. 42 is what we'll be dropping out at. And as we head into the next 3 days, not a ton of change, but you'll notice the uptick in the temperature. 69 on Monday. Those woeful morning lows will be gone soon too as we warm back up into the mid-50s and we get mid-70s as far as temperatures go. Sunshine. I mean, we had a taste of fall. Let's get a little bit of summer back in here.
Yeah, it was too big a transition.
Exactly.
Went from hot to cold. Needed the midpoint. All right, thanks, Jason.
You're welcome.
Hey, things are looking just fine outside. If you were getting ready to head somewhere early this morning, the roads are pretty much open for you. We won't have a slowdown on the highways for a good hour or two at this point, so it's a good time to go if you have to be anywhere anytime soon. Here are your mobile speed units. Make sure you don't go too fast past them. 5900 Southeast 5th Street is the first from the police department. There's another car at 2500 Guthrie Avenue today. There's a Polk County car at 4400 Northeast 23rd Avenue and another in this unincorporated Berwick area, 5600 Northeast and Berwick Drive.
Well, how does your height correlate to your cancer risk? A pretty interesting new study on your health next here on KCCI. Welcome back, everybody. Most women who get tested for the BRCA gene mutation do not receive professional genetic counseling, according to an article in the Journal of American Medical Association Oncology. Women who are positive for that gene face a significantly increased risk of breast and ovarian cancer. Health guidelines recommend genetic counseling for women who undergo the tests, but researchers often found the doctors who ordered the tests did not recommend counseling. And some new research finds a link between height and cancer. The Swedish study of more than 5 million people found for every 3.9 inches of height, the risk of cancer increased 18% in women and 11% in men. Additionally, taller women had a 20% greater risk of developing breast cancer.
Well, coming up on KCCI 8 News tonight, an all-new episode of The Amazing Race. You'll remember a West Des Moines man is competing with his cousin. They are teen cousin. Adam Dingeman is sharing some of the behind-the-scenes information, too, from last week's episode. Right now, the cousins are in 6th place. They're literally right behind the paparazzi team, although it didn't look that close on TV. Adam shared that it took the TMZ team 6 hours to finish the puzzle, and Adam and Alex scored all of their points in kick-sand volleyball in less than 15 minutes. We'll see how they do tonight at 7 o'clock right here on KCCI.
We have more news ahead at 6 a.m. as President Obama weighs in on the school shooting in Oregon.
We also want to check in with Jason again to see what he's working on.
We are continuing to watch colder air filter in, and we'll see how long that sticks around for football and see if it sticks around for your weekend as well.
And new overnight, a downtown hotel had to remove all of its guests last night. We'll tell you what the emergency was and why there was concern for their safety.
And we'll head out live now to I-235 at East 14th Street. There, our DOT traffic cam showing traffic just starting to pick up now, but you should still have a nice, easy drive if you're headed in that direction. We're so glad you are starting your day with us, Central Iowa. Hope you have a great Friday.